Hey guys, welcome back to Nerd Doctors. I'm here with my co-host Griff, and today we're just going to be talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, coinciding with the upcoming release of the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. Turtles have been around for a long time, and we just
Nearly 30
thought
years.
yeah. I remember the comics, and they were dark as hell. I remember reading, seeing Shredder. And that's really how I got into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is really weird because then the cartoon came out, and the cartoon's like really campy. It's all about cowabunga and pizza with like licorice and weird things. But the cartoon was also really fun, but it was just that, weird contrast.
The comics were very gritty, very graphic. They ended up selling the TMNT to get a toy line done. And what was very popular in the 80s was whenever you get a toy line done, you make an animated series with it. And so that's when the animated series started, which was a bit lighthearted, a bit different from the comic. But what was really important about this cartoon is that that's the cartoon that gave the turtles their different colored headbands, which really made them stand out from each other and gave them much more diverse personalities than they had in the comics. And that was pretty important. But then from there, TMNT just went out even further. I mean, the toys themselves made over $1 billion in just 4 years. And the animated series was one of the best TMNT products ever.
Yeah, I remember watching that cartoon religiously, and I was kind of like in a trance of how different it was from the comic. I only read like 1 or 2 issues from the comics anyway, so it's not like I dove like deep into them. I just remember the turtles had tails, which was funny because it kind of looked like a wang. They would like hang there. And I thought that was really funny. Obviously that was erased, and then also they were kind of given their own individual like bandana colors, which in the comics they're all red. There's just a bunch of
like the stereotypical like ninja outfit that you kind of imagine.
very very the hand kind. It's just like literally just red.
Like speaking of that, with the hand, is TMNT was very much inspired by Daredevil, but the same reactive chemicals that gave the turtles their powers is the one that blinded Matt Murdock. And then I don't know why I didn't make this connection before, but Splinter is just Stick, and even just the name is a reference to it. I don't know why I never made that connection before.
It's a little weird, because like in the cartoon, there's this animosity between Shredder and Master Splinter, and it's so diverse, like what Griff says, from the comic to the cartoon, and then to the first live action movies, which I don't know if we could dive a little bit into spoiler territory here, but like in the cartoon,
so.
Split, yeah, I think so. It's been 30 years. If you guys haven't seen it, you don't care. It's Splinter is like he's a human, a Matayoshi who gets oozed and turns into a rat by being in contact with rats. And in the movie, he's just a rat that learns ninjutsu, which I always thought that was funny as hell.
Yeah, and the first movie, just a little bit of a fun fact, was the highest grossing independent film up to that point. But the animated series and like now the movies, they changed a lot about the origins of the turtles and all the characters, and they introduced a lot of key characters such as Rocksteady and Bebop. A lot of characters now that a lot of people would say are recognizable or that are coming up in the upcoming movie, they weren't from the original comics, which I just thought was pretty interesting.
Yeah, no, Griff's absolutely right. I mean, he's, we're talking about 100 characters that, the comics, going back to them, sorry to circle back, but they were really just the Turtles, Shredder, and the Foot Clan. Well, at least in the 2 issues I might have read.
The original series, they didn't expect for it to be that popular.
Successful.
Yeah, because they sent a bunch of mailers to like comic book publishers saying, "Are you interested?" And they ended up selling all 3,000 copies that they personally printed very fast. And they set up their own company called Mirage Studios.
Yep, which then sold.
Sold later down the road, yeah.
And what's funny is they kill off Shredder in the comics.
They did. I just
because like Griff says, they never expected for this to go anywhere.
Because it was originally just supposed to be a one shot.
Yeah.
No, they didn't expect for it to go anywhere because they drew a sketch of a turtle. They said, what if just Teenage Mutant, and it was already dressed up as a ninja, so it's just kind of went on from there.
Yeah.
And they didn't expect for it to be nearly this popular. I don't think anyone did, but they did a great job with it. And despite the creators' personal opinions for the first animated series, I do think that is the series that really gave it to all the children out there, because the kids are what kept the TMNT alive. And I do
Oh,
not.
dude, I used to like beg my dad to like. I think we went for a period of a year, maybe two. We went to Toys R Us back in the day. It was Toys R Us every week to get a new. I had all the Ninja Turtles, and my dad at some point was flipping out because they did kind of what they did with the Batman animated series, where you have like Batman in his Batman suit, and then they just. I remember I had a like scuba diving Donatello, like a detective Raphael. They milked it for all it was worth, man. There was turtle crap everywhere. Like there was turtle pizza pockets.
Yeah. And funny enough, like again, the animated series, that's what gave the turtles their love of pizza, because that
Oh
wasn't
yeah,
part of the original story. The animation did so much for them, and
put them out there, man.
yeah, and even if they just stuck with the comics, that's not nearly as marketable, because it is a rated R story. If you're thinking this is going to be fun for my kids to read, don't get the original one. You can get the newer ones. But the original were dark and gritty, and they were R. That's not really too marketable at that time, especially since the comic book market then was not as strong as it used to be. But TMNT definitely did help with the comic market, just probably not enough to give it its fame that it is currently at now.
I remember, I just, how big this was, and Griff's right. Pizza thing got introduced in the animated series. That's where my love of pizza started. Because I just remember I wanted pizza all the time because of the Ninja Turtles. I mean, I never tried weird shit like they did on the show, because I remember like Mikey was like, I want pizza with marshmallows and stuff. I just wanted pepperoni pizza. Yeah, I remember like at school, like you wanted to be a Ninja Turtle, and everyone has their favorite Ninja Turtle. I remember just the characters, how vivid they were in the animated show. Like one of my favorite ones was Crane. He was kind of a dick, but I just found him funny, weird, and yeah, I just thought he was a great villain.
There were a lot of different comic series too, and most of the comic series didn't even have the original writers. The original writers only lasted on the comic series for 4 years before RG Comics took over for 7 years. And they started making the comics more like the cartoon and more aimed towards kids, because that's, if you're not familiar with RG Comics, they're very much more geared towards kids and like brief little adventures. They're not super serious comics. They'd sell well though.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like for every generation, there's like, it's kind of like Power Rangers now. Like every generation has like its own iteration, so you can't really get mad about certain things. For the most part, every iteration of the Turtles has kept kind of like the same MO. Splinter has trained the Turtles. He's named the Turtles. He found like a Renaissance book, and that's where he gets the names.
But what's funny enough is that the creators spelled the name Michelangelo wrong, and that wasn't something that was caught until after publication. I just thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I've never come across someone that's like, fuck, I hate the Turtles. Either they're fans and they're like, yeah, they're pretty cool, or they're casual fans. But I've never heard someone say, oh no, man, that's boring. I hate the Turtles.
I think I found something where you may say that. So there was a live action series for Turtles that was in the
that
late
was horrible.
90s that introduced a fifth female turtle that, to say very casually, people did not like. But no, you're definitely right. TMNT has changed and adapted with each new generation, typically at the expense of the previous generation. Some people find it a little bit that they're getting disconnected from the Turtles because that was their childhood. But now it's moving on to newer generations, and each time something changes. Something always changes with the Turtles to adapt to this new generation, something to help get them to connect. And I think that is one of the best things, if not the best thing about the Turtles, is how easily they're able to get the new generation to connect with the Turtles and keep it alive. So it's been going for, as we said, almost 30 years. And you're not able to do that without some sort of connection to these kids. And especially since it kept changing and evolving, they're obviously doing something right with it.
I think as long as the formula it's kind of like Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola's evolved, and there's all sorts of Coca-Cola flavors. Their advertising has expanded, but the formula is still the same. Still tastes like Coke deep down inside. So I think as long as you keep the Turtles to, where Splinter has taught them ninjutsu, he's named them, Splinter's there, there's still Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, and Raphael. April's in there in some way. The Foot Clan, Shredder, I think as long as you keep that and you keep them loving pizza, I think, and a perfect example of that is, so we went to go watch Barbie, with my wife, and my kid, and we took a nephew of ours, and he can't be more than 5, and we're there, right? There's a poster for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. This kid knows nothing about Ninja Turtles, but as soon as he saw the poster, he just saw the 4 turtles and like a pizza box, and he was like, I want to come watch that.
And that's all you need. That's why it's so perfect.
You don't need, like, for a little kid, when you're that age, you don't need, like, for someone to sit there and tell you, okay, this is why and this is what's going on. He saw that poster, and we were talking about it afterwards, and I was like, what did you like about the poster? He was like, they like pizza. That's it. That's all he said. He's sold on that. So I was like, that's how kids, because I remember when I was a kid and I used to see this stuff, I was like, they're kids, they're ninjas, and they like pizza. That's it. That's all I needed.
What's better than that? That's
exactly.
That's it. Like,
so, and they are really cool.
Yeah, and kids are really easily drawn in.
Oh yeah. Plus the new movie, it's so colorful, it's so vivid. Kids are just like it's like the Super Mario movie. It was very simple. There's not this over exaggerated plot. Some adults criticize it. They were like, oh, it's just very simple and dumb. Well, yeah, it's for kids. You're not solving a mystery here.
And just based off of the trailers so far, they nailed this generation's kids perfectly. Like, they act just like this new generation. Like, they have their phones, they're recording cool videos, they have the reactions. Love pizza. I do think that each generation has their iteration of the Turtles, and this is just the new one that we're going to see. And they did a great job. I'm really liking this style of Turtles. I mean, obviously they're doing something right. Based off of Mutant Mayhem, they've already confirmed a sequel for that movie and a 2-season show.
Well, we're definitely going to be there to check it out and review it for you guys. Turtles has been a part of my life I'm 40, so about 35 years, easily.
I'm honestly don't even remember when I saw the first Turtles thing.
I remember I would miss the bus to school because for some reason in my neighborhood, I lived in Orange County, California at the time. For me, it was on in the mornings, like right before the bus would show up. So 2 or 3 times I remember missing the bus and my dad having to take me to school because I was stuck like watching the when you're a kid and you're watching cartoons, that shit is life for you. It's like life and death. Like, you don't know what's going to happen the next episode. So you're hanging on a limb. So, but I remember the movie, the first 2 movies. I remember adults saying, "Oh, this is kind of dark. This is nothing like the cartoon." But I love the first 2 movies. The first 2 movies are great. Shredder looks very much like he does in the comics.
The animated movies or live action movies?
No, the first live action movies. In the first one, he looks exactly like he does in the comics. He looks phenomenal, and he's played by a Japanese dude who knows martial art. Nah, the movie's great, man. Then they kind of screwed it up with the third one where they like travel back in time. They go to Japan, but then they came out with another animated movie, I think in 2000s.
Yes,
and that one's not horrible. It falls in line with those live action movies, and of course, we got the Michael Bay movies, and we could talk about those for 20 minutes.
But in the 2000s, they restarted the animated series and the movie was the end of that series. and that followed the comics a lot closer.
Yep.
I'm still not 100% sure which iteration of Turtles I saw, just because my memory is so fuzzy with it. All I remember, I remember sitting at a New Year's Eve party, and I just remember watching a TMNT movie. I don't remember when that movie came out. If I saw it again, I could probably tell you which one it is, but the 2000s was really good. I know a couple of people that grew up watching that, and they loved it.
I remember every iteration of Turtles. I remember that live action show that Griff's talking about. And yes, there was a fifth turtle and she was female. And that's not, people hated it for that, but also hated it because the show just was not, it wasn't great. I've yet to come across a turtle fan that's like, yeah, I've got that shit on Blu-ray. So
Funny enough, I was also done by Saban, who did Power Rangers.
Oh yeah, there you go. And I remember the Michael Bay movies. I was excited for those movies because the turtles look
They're not terrible. They're not terrible movies.
The first one's not horrible. The first one's it's tolerable. Shredder looks crazy. A lot of people complain about Splinter's look, but to be honest, that's kind of what rats look like.
Yeah, I just don't think people are. When you go from cartoon to live action,
he's a rat,
there's a really fine line of how close do you want to stick with the cartoon. Just because, yeah, I mean, for that adapted exactly how they look, yeah, he's gonna look like a giant rat. It's just kind of how it is, and sometimes people just tend to forget
I didn't have
that.
an issue with it because I just was like, I mean, well, that's just a big ass rat. That's what a big ass rat would look like Griff just said. You know, a lot of people gave I was gonna say April O'Neil, Megan Fox shit. And I'm not defending, trust me, girls out there, before you jump on the comments, I'm not defending her because she's hot. She didn't do a horrible job. I've seen better actresses do worse shit than her portraying April. You know, there's a lot of people that are like, well, she's not a redhead. Why not just hire a redhead? I mean, fuck. I don't know. Michael Bay and her made amends. He called her back. Yes, she looks gorgeous in the movie. But I don't think she butchered the role, to be honest with you. That the turtles look jacked. Of course, my favorite's always been Raphael. They look kind of like, I've seen the memes, you know, they look like Hulks. I mean, they're mutant Ninja Turtles. You know, they did their martial arts thing. The movie wasn't great, but it wasn't horrible. The sequel, I didn't like the sequel because they kind of just sidelined Shredder. Crane was in there. I dug that. My issue with it was this. So in the first one, if you watch the first Turtles live action Michael Bay movie, Shredder's from Japan. He's all scarred up in the face. He's got this Shredder-ish armor. And the second one, it's not the same dude. He's got hair. He's got a mustache. He's got a beard. He's not scarred. And he's wearing the lamest. I could put together that fucking Shredder outfit right now. If I go upstairs and go to my kitchen, I could put together that outfit. So you're like, what happened? Because we were all psyched. All the Turtle fans, we were psyched to get Crane. We were psyched to get Bebop and Rocksteady. We got Casey Jones in that bitch too. So, you know, we were all psyched. But it was the Shredder part. I think if they would have put in a cool looking Shredder, or at least kept the same dude, or we had that continuity, I think we'd be okay with it. Because like if you give me a good Shredder in that movie, I'm okay with it. Everything other, you know, that whole plane sequence, Bebop and Rocksteady, I thought that other than that Shredder stuff, I thought the movie was. I'd go watch it again. I'll watch that bitch tonight.
Don't think I saw.
Now I want you to see it because I think Griffith's good. Honestly, we don't side with each other a lot, but I think he's gonna take my side on this. I think, you know, watch the first one, watch the second one.
I've seen the first.
And then you're gonna be like, okay.
I don't know if I saw the second. If I did,
I think you're gonna be
I
like,
forgot it.
And it didn't even have to be the same actor, but at least give him the same look. Because all of a sudden he's got like long hair, he's got a beard, he's got a mustache, and you're like,
that's pretty weird.
You were in prison for what? 6 months? I know they didn't fix your damn because Shredder was fucked in the first one. You know, I was surprised. Yeah. Man, they really went and gave him that big ass scar. That's cool. In the second one, it's like, yeah, I just had plastic surgery and I look great now. And I was like, what happened, dude? You know who it is? No, I was gonna lie. I don't know who it is, but. Yeah, I was gonna lie. I was gonna say it's that Asian dude from Fast and the Furious, but I'm almost 100%. I'm dead wrong.
I did look at the actor for it. Let me get him back up for you.
Okay, just just bring up a picture of like Shredder in the first one and Shredder in the second one. You're like,
Oh, I did. Yeah, I did that.
and what are your thoughts on that?
It's a bit different of a costume.
That is what do they call those now? That's a glow up, man.
But I think that just proves one thing that's kind of been evident throughout all the TMNT history is that TMNT does great in animation, but live action they never tend to deliver too well. And whether that's just because animation you're able to move the characters however you want to, you could have them look however you want to without worrying about budget as much, or if it's just bad writing live action.
Oh, you're just seeing him with costume. No, I meant like, look at him. I mean, he looks like a Instagram model.
In general.
Oh, okay, I got you. So I'm excited. We're definitely gonna go watch that Mutant Mayhem tomorrow, and we'll be talking about it. It's 30 plus years of Ninja Turtles, and as Griff said, they've been around for so long for a reason. When something sucks, it dies out, kind of, because we still do have Fast and Furious.
That movie sells. Even this newest one sold so well. But no, the kids keep things alive because they'll force parents to watch it. And instead of having one ticket, you now have two.
But it's like it's kids, and it's also as big ass kids like me, because like I see this stuff and I'm like, I was like 8, and I'm 40 now. I'm still into it. I'm still gonna go pay my money to go check this out. I'm still gonna order pizza after the movie. And I can't wait. I know Shredder's not in this one, spoiler alert. But I'm sure he's gonna be in the second one. Yeah. We already got the news that there's a second one, that he's gotta be in the second one. I can't wait to see Shredder and the Foot Clan. I desperately want to see Crane. I know we get Bebop and Rocksteady here, which I don't really understand. But
we get a lot. Well, I have
I
have a couple of theories on what's gonna happen here, and I do think we are 100% getting Shredder, but I do think having Bebop and Rocksteady makes sense, especially with what's his name?
Oh, Superfly.
Yeah, especially with Superfly in this movie and the connection between Superfly and Shredder in the animated series.
I'm stoked, guys.
I
can't
really
wait for
do
tomorrow.
think they're setting up Shredder, and with like 60-70% certainty that if they really wanted people to walk out of this theater thinking, I can't wait for the next one, after credit scene, that's when you show Shredder. Yep. That's when you show Shredder, and you already have everyone coming back. Like, this movie's already looks amazing.
And tie Shredder to Splinter, because I think that's just cool.
I think the story's always better just because you get a more personal connection to them and a more personal reason for the Turtles to even be involved with this.
100%.
But I think, especially with Superfly being in this movie, Rocksteady and Bebop, we are 100% getting Shredder. More than likely in an after credit scene too.
Oh, I'm fine with that. I don't need him in this movie as long as we get him in an after credit scene. Like, show me that. You want me excited for a sequel? Show me Shredder. You don't even have to show me his face. Show me like the back of him, like
back of the suit, like a little glint, and then he just turns his head,
his hand or something. Yeah, I'll know it's Shredder. We'll own anyone who's ever cared about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We'll know.
And they're doing it right. They're building up to the big villain, not starting with the big villain, going down, and then getting him back for the third movie.
Don't even show me Shredder. Just have like a foot soldier walk in and say "Master." That's it. I'll be like, oh. I know who he's talking to. Who the hell else is he talking to? Tatsu? Of course, Shredder. Hell yeah, I'd be okay with it. I'm so in.
It's going to be a good movie.
Yep. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys like this kind of stuff, let us know and tell us who's your favorite turtle and why. Or maybe you don't like the turtles. Maybe you like the mutants. Maybe you like Splinter. Maybe you like Shredder. I do have a soft spot for Shredder. I'm not going to lie.
Shredder's pretty cool.
And I don't even know why.
He's also
a complete dick. Yeah.
But it's a ninja,
fun fact.
So...
Uncle Phil played Shredder's voice in the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon. I thought that was fun. And I didn't know that as a kid. And when a friend brought it up, I was like, I believe you, because he sounds just like Uncle Phil. Especially when he's like bitching and nagging with Crane.
Yeah, and the cast for tomorrow's movie is amazing. I think every actor except for the Turtles is a household name, honestly.
Ice Cube's in there.
Jackie Chan's in it. Paul Rudd's in it. Seth Rogen. Of course, Seth Rogen's in it.
I'm stoked. We sure will be telling you guys about it. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Let us know in the comments. Like and subscribe. Take care, guys.
See ya.